put out a social media post claiming that Bournvita, the product from Cadbury's that is often touted as a health drink for children, is not in fact healthy because of the amount of sugar in the product. What followed was a takedown of that post by Revant Himatsingka and a legal notice issued to him. Now, several months later, Bournvita has in fact reduced the amount of sugar that they put in this product by about 15%. This is a claim that the influencer has made, the author has made, and something that we have checked out as well, that in fact the new packaging has less sugar in it. In the midst of this video went viral. There was a lot of commentary from health professionals and celebrities. A child's right body even issued a notice to the makers of Bournvita. Now, a couple of questions that we're looking at today. The role of social media and influencers, whether this was a takedown of the company or something done in public interest, and what next. So to speak with us, I have with me exclusively Revant Himatsingka, the author and influencer, if I may, who started it all. He goes by the name of Food Pharmer online. Revant, great to speak with you on NDTV Profit. And in your own words, this is a big win for you, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a big win. It's probably, I would say, the first time probably in history that a social media video, like a 1-minute Instagram reel, led to so much of change happening. I know 15% may not sound much, but for an MNC to do this is like, pretty staggering. And for me, it's all about the chain reaction. I'm hoping that this leads to other companies following suit and, trying to improve their product. So yeah, it's a big win. And lakhs of parents are now reading labels for the first time in their lives. So people are eating slightly more consciously. So it's a huge win overall.
At that time though, Revant, and I recall because I had a conversation with you, at that time when the first legal notice came in April, you did take down your post. You did take down your post, and you did go back on some of the things you had said, perhaps the way you had branded the product. Tell us about that and the journey from there till now.
Yeah, so I made a video before. I'll give you some context. I was in the US till like 8 months ago. I just came back to India. I left my job in the US. I was making very good money. I left my job. I came back to India and I made this video. And within 2 weeks of me coming back to India, I got this legal notice. So of course there was a lot of family pressure. I've left my job, I've left my money and everything, and now I'm fighting against a corporate. So there was family pressure as well, and I deleted my video. And then I got so much of support from the public. There was someone who put up a hoarding in Marine Drive. I still don't know who the person is, against Bournvita and their sugar content. So there was a lot of support, and now finally this happened. So like, it is just, it's been a very encouraging journey overall. And I deleted the video because of all the family pressure. It's not that they only give 24 hours to respond to the legal notice. So they sent me a legal notice and they said, you have to delete it within 24 hours or we'll go ahead with some other, further legal thing. So I did not delete it, thinking through what the implications would be. I barely had less than 24 hours to respond. And I'm not coming from a legal background. So that was basically the journey.
Tell me a bit about yourself, Revant. You talked about, and you've said this online, that you were working in the US, you came back to India. Why did you move back to India, and where did this whole sort of activism in terms of food and reading labels and packaging begin?
Yeah, so 7 to 8 years ago, I did a 1-year nutrition degree in the US. And that's where I first started reading labels, and I understood how important it is. In fact, in my book, which I released about 7 years ago, I had a whole chapter on how to read labels. And since then, I always say, learning how to read a food label is an even more important skill than coding in the 21st century. People say coding is the most important skill in the 21st century. According to me, in today's time, where 70-80% of what we're eating is packaged food, learning how to read a food label is even more important. And so I started talking about food labels since a very long time ago. It's only that when I was doing my job in the US, I wanted to try to do something in India. And I feel it's one of the fastest ways to create impact. If I ask you today, what is the fastest way to get 1 billion people to eat slightly healthier? According to me, It is to try to educate the users in what is healthy and what is not healthy, which is what I'm trying to do with my videos. This is my entire point, was like I wanted to try to get India to be slightly more healthy, to become nutritionally literate. A lot of us are educated, but we're not nutritionally literate. You can go to even an IIT guy or an IIM guy and you ask them, how much protein do you need in a day? How many calories should you consume? They often may not know the answer.
Right.